We are familiar with excuses. We hear them all the time and, sometimes, we also make some. I am being honest. Yes, sometimes, I make excuses. I cannot save money because I don't make much. Heard this before? We have to earn money and save money. Basically, that is the way most of us start building up our wealth. For those lucky enough not to have to do that, skip to the next step, which is to invest. Of course, there are those who are extremely lucky who don't need to invest, but if you are reading my blog, I don't think you belong to this group of people. Anyway, this blog post is off the cuff, and if you have friends or family members who are not saving money, justifying their inaction by saying they make too little, send them the link to this blog post or share this in any social media, whichever you find easier. Now, this may sound jaded as I have said it before many times, and that is we should run our lives like we would run a business. We must try to contain costs and increase revenue. Contain costs. Yes, what do we spend our money on? Are they needs or wants? If they are wants, cut them immediately. Mercilessly. If they are needs, are there any cheaper alternatives which do the job just as well? If we were always going to Starbucks at all for our coffee fix, we could start by bringing a packet of 3-in-1 coffee mix to work every day. That's coffee too, and I think that would set us back by 20 cents a day instead of $5. I don't know how much Starbucks coffee costs, and this is just an educated guess. Doesn't sound too difficult, does it? Don't brush it off. Savings add up, especially if we do it in every aspect of our lives. The worst type of costs is the type we really have great difficulty escaping from due to bad decisions leading to long-term commitments. Can you think of some? Here goes. Just because our friends or family members have a car, or two, or a condo, or two, it does not mean that we should have them too. Just because our friends or family members are married and have 2 or 3 children, it does not mean we should do it too. Always think carefully, plan ahead before making such huge commitments. They could really haunt us later on, otherwise. For anyone, especially those who have trapped themselves into huge, longer-term expenses which they cannot easily escape from, who says they cannot save money because they don't make much. Ask what is the logical thing to do. Increase revenue. Increase revenue? Yes, find ways of making more money. Unless we are severely handicapped mentally or physically, there is no excuse for not being able to make more money in a country like ours where opportunities abound. Often, people are just lazy or picky. There are a few well-known bloggers who are private tutors by night. I even know a blogger who is a DJ by night. I know someone who helps out in his family's chicken rice store on weekends, and I have a friend who sells her cakes and cookies to friends who appreciate them. In case you are wondering, all of them have day jobs and have about the same amount of free time as any other person with a day job, everything else being equal. They have a choice on what they would do with their free time just like anyone else. Please choose and choose wisely. Once we are on this journey of containing costs and increasing revenue, we should naturally be saving money. A pertinent question to ask is, how much should we save? Personally, I have been asked that before by many people, and I always tell them that if they do not feel that they are sacrificing something in the process, they are not saving enough. Remember the Starbucks coffee example earlier? We can do it. Of course, sacrifice is a subjective concept. Someone might think that sacrificing Starbucks coffee for coffee from a neighborhood coffee shop is enough. Well, there is still savings, I reckon. I am not dogmatic when it comes to details. It is the concept that I want to share. It is the spirit I wish for every person to embrace. Perhaps, what is most important to remember is this: if we are not rich, don't act rich. We have to work harder to save money because we are not rich. If we act rich when we are not, we will never be rich. Why do people buy expensive watches and clothing to impress people? Someone explained to ignorant AK. When you do these things, people assume you are an intelligent, important and responsible person. I guess I know why some stock market gurus like to show off their expensive purchases now. LOL. Oops. Why are you so like that? Remember, it is okay to act rich if we are rich. If we are not rich, don't act rich.